Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. I got to get used to saying that. It's kind of interesting, people, where we are right now. And I'm looking forward to what's coming. I'll be honest with you. Let them play their freaking games. I don't care. As long as we stay ahead of the curve on this, and I promise you, we will. We're good. Anyway, look, let's talk about the setup here today. Right out of the gate this morning, you guys can hear me okay? Right out of the gate this morning, stocks were higher across the board. Um, the Dow was up like 300 points, subsequently gave all of that back plus. Um, okay. It says again, look, man, I think you got to be two things you got to be nuts to do right now. You ready to hear what they are? Get short this market or even get long this market. That's why I'm out here. I'm going to sit back and enjoy watching this whole thing unfold. Now, we got an interesting call from Bank of America with regard to a possible sell signal, which we'll talk about in a moment. But let's start off with these markets just real quick, a little bit out of order, but gold, silver, and crude looking very pretty here. Lovely. We got cryptos, lovely across the board. Again, with regard to the stock market, not so lovely. Pretty much losses across the board, nothing major. But I want you to consider something here. We had that 1,100 point drop after the Fed cut the federal funds rate another 25 basis points. A very interesting phenomenon occurred. The long end of the curve came up. That's what hit the stock market. The yield curve is basically flat except for the 10 to the 30, which is kind of still up. And today, the issue with why the stock market gave back again was because we had a sell-off again in the debt market. Anyway, look, man, that sell-off, that 1,100 point sell-off, the market could not recover, still can't recover. Is that a sign of something bigger yet to come? Look, I expect to see some bottom fishing soon, and I'm gonna show you why. But before we get there, this is the MMRI. What happened today? We did gain from this morning about 305, 306 this morning, and this is what's spooking the market again. 10-year yield, major calculation or part of the calculation with regard to the MMRI. And I hope you guys and girls are paying attention to this. Again, it's 100% free. Link in the description of this video. Just real quick, thank you to those of you that did step up and support my work. You know how it works. On the first of every month, I ask for your support, and I do appreciate that. Guys and girls, let us move forward. Why does Greg Mannarino believe we could see some bottom fishing? Here, this is what I want to show you. This is the fear and greed index. Generally, when there's fear or extreme fear in the market, right now we're getting close to extreme fear. You get some bottom fishers here. They think, okay, there's blood in the water, and this is generally a strategy that works. I am not going to be doing this. I don't care what this gauge says. Charles, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's awesome. So with this here, we may see some bottom fishing regardless of anything else. You understand? But that's not going to be you. That's not going to be you. I just, we need to be patient here. All right. As I said when I opened this episode up, I think you got to be nuts to short this market and to go long. I just stay where you are if you're out of here. If you're in here, I would hope you know what you're doing. And you may see a bump. You may see. This is not a guarantee. But again, those of you that know what you're looking at here, when there's fear in the market, that's generally a time to buy. But what do we got? Let us move forward to this thing here with Bank of America. So Bank of America's sentiment indicator is nearing a euphoric level. Now, Bank of America is saying this is a contrarian indicator to sell. to sell. Okay, so what do we got? We got this indicator telling you to sell. We got this one here telling you to buy. You got this one, the MMRI, clearly. I mean, come on, guys. This is the easiest indicator in the world to read. It's not only is it numbered, it's freaking color coded. Risk in this market is at an extreme level. Jeffrey, thank you, and Happy New Year to you too. Thank you. I understand with risk comes reward. I get that. Believe me. But I just don't like what I'm seeing across the board right now. And I just don't see why, unless someone could convince me otherwise. Tell me why. Some of you, and believe me, people, I read through the comments. What do you got to rush back in here? It's a rookie mistake in my view. Okay. And I don't want a single one of you to get burned. Just look, first of all, we're taking a poll here. It looks like 70% of you believe that more losses are coming. If I had to pick a side here, this is the poll. In your opinion, is the stock market sell-off over, or is the sell-off just started? 30% of you say stocks are going higher from here. In other words, you're calling a bottom. More losses are coming. Okay, what are you doing? We're calling a top. I hate to do that. I don't call tops or bottoms a loser's game. But if I had to choose which side I want to be on right now, I'm going to say more losses are coming based on what we're seeing here with regard to risk in this market. It is certainly possible, and it very well may happen, that the lender and buyer of last resort here, and this is the Federal Reserve, all they got to do is add digits to a screen, they could buy it all. And all this is doing is exacerbating the underlying problem, the disconnect between reality and wherever the la land the stock market is in. It doesn't make any sense anymore. None of it does. But I really feel the prudent thing to do here is to sit tight. Wait. Do not be impatient. I am just taking it easy. I want to see a few things line up. And believe what I'm telling you here. If I get back in here, you guys and girls are going to be the first people to know. In fact, I won't even wait to put it out in a video blog. I'll blast it out to you in my newsletter. Again, 100% free. Link in the description of this video. Follow that stuff. There's a lot of little tidbits I throw out. Like today, for example, when the debt market flipped around, started to sell off, the market was getting hit pretty good. We did recover somewhat, but I said, look, guys, this is what's happening. So do subscribe there. You got absolutely nothing to lose. Now, I want to talk about a few other things. And this is, no matter how many times I talk about it, people don't understand. So look, dollar at 2-year high on growth outlook. First of all, we're not growing anywhere. The dollar get strength is a fear trade, Henceforth, why you're seeing what you're seeing in the market. But they got to sell it to you as if it's a good thing. Look, when you're talking about dollar strength here, this is a deception which I've warned about. They're talking about relative strength. I want you to think about it. Take all these respective currencies. They're comparing strength one to another. When you see a headline like this, it's extremely deceptive. It makes people think, whoa, my dollar is gaining purchasing power. It is absolutely false. Pat85, thank you. It's absolutely false. But again, it's in this environment, it is a grand deception on a massive scale. Expect to see headlines like, our economy is strong. We're getting stronger. Expect to see a headline like, the dollar is strong. And some people are very confused. And even today, people are writing to me, hold on a minute, Greg, you were wrong. The dollar is getting stronger. How do I say this? I wish I knew another set of words to use. Okay. Comparing the dollar to other currencies, they're all falling. Okay. Imagine this is the dollar and this is all the other currencies. They're all falling with regard to purchasing power. But the dollar is remaining the prettiest belle at the ball as they're all losing purchasing power. This is a game that you're being sold. In this case, it's Market Watch selling you the lie. No, it's Reuters selling you the lie. You can hear the same lie from CNBC and Fox Business and everywhere else. What did I write here? No growth, just higher debt. Hold that thought, because you're going to love what I'm going to show you out of our lovely Congressional Budget Committee. Oh, yes, there's a Congressional Budget Committee. Anyway, so stay on the lookout for this. Other currencies are simply falling faster than the dollar on a relative strength basis. So again, I know I'm going to have to cover this again, and then again, and then again, because we're getting more people here, and I love that, more lions, but we have to teach our lion cubs here. You have to understand, when someone joins our pride, thank you, Clemente. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan Thames. The currency is exactly. You see what Jonathan is writing here? It's 100% true. They're all being debased. They're all being destroyed. But then you got a headline like that, which is meant to deceive people. We've never seen an environment of deception like this before in the history of the world. You do understand what I'm talking about. At least I hope you do. But again, when we get a new member to this pride, they're not automatically a lion. Okay, they're a lion cub. It's our responsibility, or a lioness. It's our responsibility. It really is, collectively, to bring them up to speed. And I hope all you guys and girls will embrace the new lions and lionesses that come in here. Bring them up to speed. At least we're getting more people to understand. Now, this is an issue. Again, this is why we had the market can't recover from that 1,100 point sell-off. We're below that now. So anyway, 10-year yield not high from a 7-month high as the new trading year begins. And this, unless the Fed takes action like they did the other day, you remember what was going on? We had the stock market down over 800 points. All of a sudden, the biggest drop we've seen in a year with regard to the 10-year yield. It just all of a sudden went from here to here. Bang! Like in the blink of an eye. How does that happen? Unless someone out here with a massive amount of firepower got into the debt market and bought a whole bunch of debt. You know, look, the Fed has a trading desk. You don't believe me? Look it up for yourself. New York Fed trading desk. They don't just sit in front of it and frolic around or anything like that. They utilize this. They use this to prevent the market from a massive sell-off. The Fed's in here. They're not. You have to understand. The Exchange Stabilization Fund is a real thing, okay? Again, look it up for yourself. And they're trying as hard as they can to prevent a massive sell-off here. Again, it's the Fed who's the lender and buyer right now of last resort, which is the goal of every single central bank on this planet that are working together to destroy the economy as fast as they can to issue in the new system for which we're being thrust into. Again, we didn't vote for it. We don't want it, but we're getting it. Now, the Congressional Budget Committee, the Committee on the Budget. I want to read this to you. You're going to love this. So Washington, Senate Budget Committee has issued a statement. They've issued a statement. Oh, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Make it up. This is their statement. Debt held by the public is projected to increase to $50.7 trillion. You heard that right. $50.7 trillion. That's 122.4% of GDP by 2034. We're never going to be here by that point here. The current public debt is $36.1 trillion. The annual budget deficit projected is to reach $2 trillion this year that we just entered into and grow to $2.8 trillion by 2034. Let's just back up a minute. These numbers have no bearing on reality whatsoever here. All they did was take a line and draw a straight line. This is not a linear situation. It's exponential. So they're trying to tell you, our lovely overlords, the committee for the budget here, that they're issuing this statement that we should get on our knees for, right? And thank them. We should thank God for this, right? How about no? Okay. All they did with literally is just take a line and draw dots, and they drew a straight line. I'm here to tell you, and you know this for yourself, that this number, this 50.7 trillion, could you imagine what that's going to do to the purchasing power of Well, if the dollar exists, which it will not, we will be completely off that. We will be in the new system by that point, which is this system is being destroyed. But this has no bearing on reality whatsoever. It's probably multiples of 50.7 trillion because it's exponential. Now, the annual budget deficit, okay, 1.8 trillion. I believe that's how we ended 2024. They're telling us it's only going to nudge higher to 2 trillion in 2025. How about that number has no bearing on reality either? What you're going to see with regard to budget deficits across the board, and debt is going to blow your mind on a scale you're not going to believe. I'm going to tell you right now. So interest costs, they want you to know the statement here from all of them over there. Okay, they want you to know that interest costs will soar. Let me read this to you. Net interest costs on the debt, obviously, are expected to rise by more than 1 trillion this year, 2025. And by 2034, this is a joke. And this is how stupid they think we are. And by 2034, it's going to be 1.7 trillion. You got to be kidding me. The system is being evaporated. We're being evaporated. They want us gone. Do you understand what I'm talking about? They really do. And they're going to make sure that happens one way or the other. The move here into this neo-feudal system, look, man, it's just getting started. And I think that we're all pretty much on the same page here. Could you imagine the irresponsibility? This is supposed to be a budget committee. How are we having any kind of a budget if they're telling you straight out that debts and deficits are going to hyper balloon from here? Really? Who would have known? Who would have known that? I would have never guessed. Would you? You can't make it up. You can't make it up if you try to make it up, people, but that's a fact. Anyway, look. Gauging from a few things. Gauging. How about from this gauge? Probably, and there's no lock here, you may see some bottom fishing soon. But remember, the market can't recover from the last drop, the 1100 drop, which I got out at right down around 400 points. Okay, lovely. I'm out. Out. With no intention of getting back, I'll tell you when. You understand? But don't be surprised to see some bottom fishing here, despite this warning from where is it? Where did I put it here? I'm telling you, I'm really going to clean my desk one day. One day I am going to have a clean desk. I don't even know where I put it. I can't find it. The warning that we just got from Bank of America, a sell signal from Bank of America. Okay. Everyone's got their own cute little gauges here. Me, I'm looking at the debt market like you are. And I still say this, that the MMRI is the best risk tool you're going to find anywhere. And the best things in life are free. And that's free to all of you, of course. Anyway. Greg, stop preaching God here. This ain't no church. It's whatever I say it is. How's that? This is our thing, but I'm the daddy. You understand? And the daddy gets the final word here. If you don't like it, I am sorry. You can go anywhere else you want. Are we all on the same page here? All right. If you're not hip to that, I don't know what you tell you. This is our thing, but I think we're pretty much on the same page. Guys, look, I love you guys so much. I really, really do. So look, as you can see, I really believe you and I we've had one heck of a run here in the stock market here. It's been epic. It's been absolutely epic. And I really believe what I'm going to say again. You guys and girls that remain in this market, that's okay. I believe that you're sophisticated enough to know what's going on here. I think you need to exercise extreme caution here. It looks like every time this market gets a bump, it sells off. That should tell you something as well. We really need to keep our eyes on risk here. Now, with regard to the dollar on a relative strength basis, absolutely, that's going to remain where it is here. It's also affecting the MMRI, pushing risk higher. You understand? 10-year yield, all this is playing in. That's all I look at. I'm being honest. You got all these people, and I hope this is not you, any of you, focusing. Where's the Dow? Where's the Dow? They want you to look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, 30 companies. They don't want you looking at the S&P 500. Jonathan, thank you so much. You're 100% right. You see this? Look at this. The dollar is coming to an end. Its central bank issued notes in their current form, which is, what do you think? They're systematically wiping it out, destroying the purchasing power incrementally, slowly, like the boiling frog. They think that's what they think of you and I. They think we're boiling frogs. We're nothing. We're not even, we're waste to them. We're a means to an end. That's it. But we're not just that. You understand? And we're waking up a lot of people here. A lot of people are starting to get it, to see what's going on. And I really feel that's because of you and I, honestly. And this channel is growing because of you, not me. I'm just a guy sitting here. You're the ones that share all this stuff and get it out there. But anyway, look, man. Like I was saying, I don't care. Look, even with Jim Rogers, I just talked about with Jim Rogers, his warning, okay? And he got out of the markets here in November, which I didn't even know. All well and good. I like Jim. I respect the guy. I think his perspective on commodities is dead on. I've been telling you that commodities are the way to be since I don't know how freaking long, and that's what Jim is trying to tell you too. Commodities are real things. They're not just intangible things that just float around somewhere. You understand? I understand some of you are going to say, well, Greg, you love cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrencies aren't real things. It doesn't matter. Okay, these, in my opinion, are a means to an end as well. And I've nailed the crypto space, I think, to the wall. And we're not done either. You have to understand, look, man, just because things may not be what they seem to be doesn't mean that there's not an opportunity to make it work for you, whether it's tulip mania or whatever the freak it is. I don't really give a damn. I really don't. And I think this has become a survival mechanism. We're being destroyed here. They were inflating us to death, and I think we're all on the same page with the God. They're not done. They're going to kill the currency via the mechanism of artificially suppressed rates for as far as you can see, and then some. And they're going to tell you this is what you need. They're going to smack you across the face and say, don't worry what you think. Bang, this is what you're going to get. Right, Yvonne B? You know what I'm talking about. Come on, man. We're all on the same page. I still say that silver is the number one most undervalued asset on this freaking planet Earth, which is going multiples higher. I still say we're going to get a sell-off here in the debt market that's going to destroy world stock markets. But again, at a time of their choosing, we don't get to pick this. The lenders and buyers of last resort now, which has been the goal of central banks since their inception, they have it. They are now the number one issuer and buyer of debt. They choose when this ends. They choose. We don't choose. We can look. We can read the tea leaves a little bit. I think we're doing a pretty good job at it. But it's going to be at a time when they choose. But you and I, we're ready. We're ready everywhere across the board. You understand? And I will remain that way. And I hope that you guys and girls too. I'm going to work harder than I ever have to make sure that's where we're at. We can't be beat. We can't be beaten here. I just, look, man, I just can't see a way that we're going to lose if we remain doing what we're doing. We're raising our awareness here. We're taking care of each other as well. Anyway, guys and girls, I think we're kind of done here. Is there anything specific you guys and girls want to cover before we get out of here? You want me to talk about Fartcoin? No, I'm not talking about Fartcoin. I'm sorry. That's where I draw the line at Fartcoin. Okay. No, I'm not talking about Fartcoin. Sorry. Yo, mammy. When crypto moon. What the cryptos, dude? Maybe you're new here, but thank you. It's very simple to understand when crypto. First of all, crypto's been taken off, and we haven't seen anything yet. It's kind of stabilizing here. But look, with regard to commodities, okay, gold, silver, and even cryptocurrency, I look at these things as a hedge, all right? Why do I look at these things as a hedge? Because eventually we're going to get a meltdown in the debt market, people. The debt market is being hyper-fueled. Don't listen to Greg Mannarino. Listen to the illustrious ones in the Congressional Budget Committee who have issued a statement. They've issued, thank you. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Don't listen to me. They're telling you. They're telling you. Why do you think they want to eliminate the debt ceiling? Where we can borrow into oblivion without you even batting an eyeball as to what they're doing right under your freaking nose. Do you see the setup here? Okay. They're going to bury us. They're already burying us in this system. And the more currency they have to create out of nothing, the weaker the currency gets on an absolute strength basis. Forget about this stinking relative strength, please. Madison, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Again, look, do you realize, honestly, if you're a member of this team here, and you're all one of my lions or my lionesses, even my little cubs that are coming in here, we have nailed it. All right, nailed it. I personally have made some errors in the past, absolutely, with regard to where I thought a particular asset would go. Some of it hasn't even all played out yet, but I think my track record, 95%. You guys, 100%. That's a fact. I'm doing my best to catch up. Trust me on this, okay? I really, really am. You can't be right. There's no way to do it. You can get damn close. You really, really can. But it's not an easy game to play. These dynamics are constantly changing. It's just things are always. That's why it's so challenging, and that's why I can't say I have the passion for it that I used to in the past. I used to love the game. I really, really did. Now it's become a mode of survival, and I don't like that. It's like if we don't do something, if we don't take action and get ourselves in the right spot, we're going to be destroyed. That's what they're doing. This is a mechanism of destruction. And I really say, unless something changes here, the trajectory for where we are going here into 2025 is not very good. This is not just a phenomenon here. You got Europe falling apart. All my European friends, my heart goes out to all of them. And we're the laggard, but we're going to catch up. We are going to catch up. And they're not done with us. Don't take my word for it. Listen to these people, these creatures. These aren't human either. None of them are. It's an incredible thing what we're witnessing here. It really, really is. Anyway. Yes, John, though, it probably will, talking about the dollar index, it probably will drop at one point here. But this knee jerk here with relative strength, it's a fear trade. It's a fear trade. And that should tell us something too. The fear trade here with regard to the dollar, I think the Dixie is 109, if I'm correct, or it's over 109 the last time I looked at it. It's fear trade. And look at the market. It can't recover. It can't recover. And I think people are going to get hurt. This is going to cause some bottom fishing. In my view, there are people that this is their Bible in some ways. Right now is okay, it's time to buy. And up here, okay, it's time to sell. I understand this, believe me. But look, man, Jonathan, thank you so much. Yes, you're right again, bro. You're absolutely right again. This is a guy who's on top of it. And we all know that. It is 109, right? The Dixie, it's 109. This is a fear trade. It's nothing to do about growth. The only thing again, you're going to see headlines like that. The dollar is stronger on growth prospects. No, we're not growing nothing except the debt. What the global economy, look, man, the biggest thing you're not supposed to know is the global economy is contracting and contracting and contracting as debt is ballooning and ballooning and ballooning. Do you really think this is an accident? This is just a comedy of errors that got us here. Come on. I think we all know that. 109.28, Lava, thank you. This is a fear trade. Lava will tell you. She knows what she's talking about. Come on. And you guys and girls who do not follow Lava, click on Lava right now. Do it. And subscribe to Lava. She'll take care of you. All right. We got this. All of us here. Anyway, guys, I really think we're kind of done here today. I want to thank all of you for being here. And again, thank you so much, those of you that support my work. I do this on the first of every. If you're able, only if you're able. If you could, I ask for your support. $5 a month, that's it. If you feel like support my work, there are links in the description of this video. I appreciate it. If you can't, that's cool too. And I really appreciate that. All of you out here, every one of you. You're amazing. XRP is still a buy cult. I don't think so, bro. But you can call it whatever you want. with regard to Bitcoin cults and crypto cults and this cult and that cult. It doesn't matter what you call it. Awakening, thank you so much. It doesn't matter. People seem to have this innate desire to label everything. Label it if it makes you happy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me what you call something. It really doesn't. Certain things are ridiculous, like fart coin. Okay, it's just too much. I mean, come on, man, really. Blue Oyster Cult, awesome. Don't Fear the Reaper, right? Na, 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 na. Love that band. Anyway, with regard to, again, labeling things, if that makes you happy, label it. It comes down to human nature. Human nature is a very interesting thing. Here goes Greg on one of his tangents. Human nature is very, very simple. It needs to label something and they need to assign blame. And that's how people are taken advantage of in many, many ways here. The assignment of blame on the blameless or whatever it might be. And again, keeping your eye off the ball. And this is what politicians do. It's politricks. It's all game. It's a game. Again, no mention whatsoever with regard to monetary policy during the presidential clown show debates, which weren't real anyway. None of it was real. Not one word about monetary policy. Could you imagine that? Really? How's that even possible unless they were told not to mention it? No questions about it. No one brought it up. It was just a blame game about inflation. Just a blame, which we called would happen. But go back to the video. The night of the debate, we said, blame game, blame game. That's all they did. They blamed each other for inflation. No finger pointing at the root cause of it all. Who's responsible for monetary policy? It ain't presidents. It's the Federal Reserve. In this case, or central banks. Can't make it up. But again, assign blame. Get people to believe it. Better yet, find an issue or create one. This is a grand deception. This is a tactic they use all the time. Watch for it. They find something or they create it, even if they make it up. If it has to be made up out of nothing, if you can't disprove it by searching for it on Google or anything else, they can make you afraid of anything. They find that thing, they get you to focus on it, really instill fear in you. And then they say, you know what? You see this guy sitting here? I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it for you. So vote for me. Like your votes count anyway. Come on, man. Problem, reaction, solution. Exactly. It's always the same. They think we're dumb. It's funny in a way that they think we're stupid, but we're so far from being stupid people. It's just too much. We are so far from it. And I love that. And I love you. Yeah, you. All right, guys. I'm kind of out of here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for support. I can't thank you enough. Love you all from the heart. We will reconvene tomorrow. Hey, look, just real quick, man. And I don't have this. I have no vested interest in this. Jeffrey Hirsch publishes this. We used to be friends years ago. I haven't spoken to him in many, many years. But this is something you want to have. Again, I am not getting anything for talking about this. It tells you basically what days the market's open, what you could expect on certain days. You see that bear. Thank you so much. Hooray. I appreciate that so much. But it's a good asset to have for those of you that like, I write my schedule down anyway, stuff that's going on, like when I have interviews and all this fun stuff. Helps me keep my head on straight. It's a good asset to have. So if you want to see it one more time, you can get it. Right now, I think I don't even know how much it is. Amazon, probably. Anyway, exactly. There you go. Guys and girls, please take care of yourselves and each other until tomorrow morning, and we will reconvene. And I appreciate all of you again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Every single one of you. That's it.